All right, let's get cracking. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, Will, hosting again. And today I'm here with Revi Mayuyu, and he is a Filipino collector of Tim Duncan cards. And I can tell from your T-shirt that you're a Luka Doncic fan. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't mind just kicking things off, telling us a little bit about yourself as a collector. How long have you been collecting cards for, and what got you into collecting?
Yeah, I'm based in the Philippines, and I started collecting in 1994, and I never stopped
Oh,
collecting. So that's been about 20, 30 years or so. Since I graduated from
awesome.
college, I never stopped collecting basketball cards. What got me into collecting is my love for basketball. Basketball is very popular in the Philippines. So I started
Hmm.
gravitating towards basketball cards over Marvel cards because I was collecting Marvel cards during my
Oh,
college
wow.
days. Yeah, so there you
What
go.
do you think of that? What do you think of those Marvels? Those actual Marvels cards that they
They
release in
were
some of the sets. I think it's dollars.
yeah, yeah. They were released by Impel, but they were nice cards. But I thought to myself that they were overproduced as well, just like the junk wax era
Hmm.
during the time
That's
of
right.
the junk wax era of cards, of basketball cards, and also of sports cards in general. So I gravitated towards in 1994 to basketball cards because I saw the inserts of Grant Hill. That's the start where I got
Hmm.
into basketball cards. Grant Hill and yeah, Penny Hardaway, basically. I started
Oh, wow.
'94, so that was the Grant Hill, Jason Kidd rookie cards actually.
I know
So yeah,
exactly what sets you're talking about. I used to collect the same ones.
okay, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm already 49 years old, so so I started collecting when I was already working. So unlike
All
other
right.
other people who are still in the hobby, they collected when they were younger, when they were kids actually.
That's right.
So yeah, yeah, that's a difference.
Oh, great. Well,
Yeah.
you look very good for 49 years old. That's for sure.
Thank you,
I would have
thank
put you
you,
at 40,
thank you,
39,
Will.
40.
Yeah, thank you, Will. Yeah.
So, could you tell me a little bit more about the whole basketball fandom in the Philippines? Do you have any idea where it started? Because it just
Mhm,
feels like every
mhm.
Filipino person I talk to just are massive, massive basketball fans, and it just seems like something that's like this nationwide passion for basketball.
Yeah, because of the fact that we have a league of our own, a local league of our own that started in 1975. So I was 1 year
Okay.
old then. And we had imports and we had local players. When I say imports, these are the Americans or the New Zealanders or the Australians who come over to play basketball to help us out
Cool.
because for
Cool.
it's called the reinforced conference for the Philippine Basketball Association. But before the 1975
Hmm.
professional league, we also had other leagues before that. That's why the Filipino people are so into basketball because we can play that anywhere. If you go to the Philippines, you will see streets with basketball courts anywhere. Actually, yeah. So they
Yeah.
play on the
Yeah.
streets. They play professionally. They play on college. On the
Hmm.
college level, there's also a rivalry. If you are in the U.S. and you think that North Carolina is always battling Duke and stuff like that, we also have a rivalry here called
Hmm.
it's between Ateneo and LaSalle. So it basically basketball is in our hearts. Maybe because of the fact that it's a fast-paced play, and you only need a basketball court in a ball. Unlike with other sports, for
Yeah.
example, tennis, when you need a larger space. So there you go. So that's why we love basketball, and
That's
apparently we love
awesome.
the NBA. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's great. Have they started doing any exhibition games in the Philippines? Because it is so big that it feels like it deserves to have like some sort of preseason,
Yeah.
like
Remember?
NBA
Yeah.
official type stuff.
Remember the lockout season in the NBA?
Hmm.
Kobe went
Hmm.
here with Harden, with Kawhi, with
Yeah,
other player.
cool.
Yeah, they went here to play. LeBron has gone here as well. Jordan
Hmm.
hasn't, and my player hasn't. Well, I don't think that he will because he's a hermit. So I don't think that Duncan will ever come to the Philippines. So that's one of my wishes for him to.
Well,
Actually, Derek
what got
Fisher's
you into
here right
being
now. Derek Fisher here
Ah,
right now,
cool,
attending an NBA
cool.
Cards Philippines, the store where I got the shirt from. It's called NBA Philippines. I'm sorry, the store, and
Mhm.
Derek Fisher is going to promote them tomorrow. He'll be here
Wow.
tomorrow to sign memorabilia and
Okay.
stuff
In Manila? He'll
in
be in
Manila.
Manila?
Yeah, he'll be in Manila
Yeah,
tomorrow.
cool.
Yeah,
Very cool. So what got you into the Tim Duncan fandom?
the
What
story
was
behind
the
that.
thing that drew you to him? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually collecting, as I mentioned, I started collecting in '94. In
Hmm.
1997, I was actually collecting Antoine Walkers and Ron Mercers. I was
Okay.
a huge Rick Pitino fan for Kentucky, so
Okay.
I was into them. But luck has given me other options in a way, because whenever I open packs, Duncan's there. So a friend of mine was collecting
Really?
Antoine Walkers as well. I was able to pull a platinum medallion. If you're into that, if you're familiar with that, I pulled a 1997 to 1998 ultra platinum medallion number two. I think that was 99. So that was huge. It
Wow.
was $200 Beckett value.
Yeah.
We are into Beckett at that time, so we don't have
Oh,
comps.
yeah.
So
Sure, sure, sure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's $200. So my friend told me, why don't you just collect Duncan instead of Antoine Walkers? So I started collecting Duncan because I was always getting him. So I was pulling him every time that I opened pack. So I decided to get him over Walker, and because of the fact
Hmm.
that he was really winning. So I was looking at NBA, the stat sheets and stuff. So I'm seeing the Spurs going at 180-degree turnaround from the season before that in
That's right.
1996.
That's right.
So I
Hmm.
collected him. So there you go. So since then I was collecting. I also collected Vince Carter in '98 actually, but he was very
Okay.
expensive. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be fair. That'd be fair.
yeah,
But with Duncan, I completely agree with you. As soon as he came onto the scene, the Spurs just started winning, and they looked so good. And you had
hmm,
him with an experienced David Robinson, kind of mentoring him through the early stages. But he
yes,
almost didn't even need it. He was so good. Duncan was
yeah,
so good from the first minute he stepped onto the NBA. So
yeah.
yeah, it was a good decision from you. I think. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know. Ron
consider that.
Mercer,
I
Ron,
mean,
Ron- yeah,
Antoine was okay, but I mean, he's no Tim Duncan.
yeah, I know. I still remember pulling a Keith Van Horn at that time, so a good Keith Van Horn rookie. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Well, Keith Van Horn was had a good first couple of seasons
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
he was considered to be the next Larry Bird, right? He was being tagged as the next Larry Bird, but it never panned out.
That's right.
So now the next Larry Bird
Yeah, I
is
just
this
remember
one.
the really long socks that he would wear. You know, he did
Yeah,
it
yeah,
really
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just like
well,
Adam Morrison, right? Yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's true. When you found the next Larry Bird, you're wearing his T-shirt. You know,
yeah, I know.
that's one
That's
of he's obviously one of my favorite players as well. I
my my
love
my
watching him
real
play.
my first love was actually Larry Bird over Michael Jordan.
Cool.
So those players that I really adored. But the jersey there is actually signed by Duncan, but I bought it
How
already
cool.
signed, and it's JSA certified.
Authenticated. Yeah,
Authenticated.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So, can you tell me about what it's like to be a card collector in the Philippines? Do you have shows there? Do you have
Hmm.
anything that can connect collectors and that kind of thing? What is it like being a collector on the ground in the Philippines? A
Yeah.
card collector.
Before the pandemic, before the pandemic came in, we had a place called Robinson's Gallery. It's a mall where we go
Hmm.
there to trade and sell and buy cards every Saturday afternoons. So some Americans actually go there to to sell and trade. And but
Cool.
when the pandemic came in, it stopped. That was for the past 20 years or so. It was always been there, that place. And when the pandemic hit us, it was closed. Apparently, the malls will be closed. So now it has transferred to other places here, but we still have monthly gatherings.
Hmm.
There are three places right now in the Philippines that do trade shows, but not as big as
Hmm.
conventions and toy conventions in the Philippines or in the US, like the Nationals. This is just a small gathering of people, but they hold we have tables as well, and these happen in Green Hills, and also Hobby Stadium over at New Manila, and also Cards Bros. So these are three places. And another one in there's a new place there as well in Green Hills called Collector Space. I can't remember, but it's there. So we have four places actually that hold events for us to go. But the basketball scene here has changed since the pandemic. We had more collectors now, but these are new collectors. A lot of people in my batch actually retired, quote unquote, retired from the scene. Yeah, but they still go sometimes, but they don't buy as often as they do.
So
Actually,
what did the new collectors look like?
younger. Yeah, the younger generation, the new graduates, 25-year-old to about 35-year-olds, and they do a lot of box breaks that I'm not into.
Okay.
Although I do box
Okay.
breaks for friends of mine, I don't join, but I do box breaks before the pandemic. I hold box breaks of my
Okay.
own. But these kids, actually, I call them kids, but they like opening packs, and they like to join the box breaks. I don't really join box breaks anymore because I told myself not to open packs since 2000 because I got burned. I opened the case and I didn't get anything, so I stopped opening since then.
Well, it's just, I think it's a smart strategy. I think sooner or later you're going to get burned if you open packs. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you're not going to
true.
hit magic every single time. So
Yeah,
it's I think it's an evolution that us older collectors, or more experienced collectors, let's call ourselves,
yeah.
can learn pretty early on.
Hmm.
But that's fun that tradition is still continuing, and that you guys have places to go and people to meet. So when you meet with one another, what kind of players do you think are there any players that are specifically popular in the Philippines that we might not know about, or is it like everywhere else? Is everybody into Luca and Joker, and which kind of guys do you see people really after in the Philippines?
In the Philippines, most of the collectors collect Kobe Bryants.
Oh wow,
There, yeah, a lot
yeah.
of people collect Kobe's. The richer folks collect Jordans as well, and
Hmm.
also a little bit of LeBrons. But for the newer generation, a lot of people do collect Luca. And also another player that you might get surprised of, Jordan Clarkson, because he's from the
Oh
Philippines.
yeah, that's right, national team.
He's a half
That's what I was
Filipino.
asking, because I was thinking maybe Andre Blatch, maybe, because didn't he play for the Philippines as well?
He did, yeah, but no, he's not being collected that
He's not very popular.
yeah, he's not really
Yeah, but
popular. Clarkson
Clarkson's a good
and
one.
Jalen Green, actually. Jalen Green has a fan base here as well, but not as big as
Oh wow.
Jordan Clarkson's, because he's kind of expensive compared to
Hmm.
Jordan Clarkson for that matter. So a lot of people
Yeah,
are
that's fair. And
gravitating
I guess
towards.
Jalen Green is one of those modern players who uses social media quite well, and he's got a lot of highlight reels too. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it
He's
makes
also
sense. It really makes
half
sense.
Filipino as well. So
How is he?
yeah, he is.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
is.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jalen
great,
Green and
awesome.
Jordan Clarkson, both Jays. So so yeah,
Nice one.
yeah.
Nice one. So tell me a little bit more about your PC. Which other players do you collect? So you're collecting a bit of Luca. You're still collecting Duncan, I assume. But is there anybody else that you're into kind of collecting at the
Yeah,
moment? Or
actually, I stopped collecting Duncan, the Duncan, the post retirement cards, except for the autographs, because I think he will be signing for he's signing for Panini. He signed with Panini right now,
that's
so he'll be having some autographs soon with the Dex releases. I collect a lot of. I'm into autographs actually, so I like
okay.
collecting the older and the newer players, rookie card autographs. That's what I really do. But once the pandemic hit and everything went up, went exploded, the prices exploded. It became apparent that I should be careful in what I buy because it's beginning to be too expensive for me for my it's kind of delicate, when I say delicate, it's kind of it's not easy on the pocket. So if the player goes down in
I
value,
understand.
it's
Hmm.
gonna hurt my pocket so much. So, but I really don't sell a lot of my cards. I just collect one autograph per player. With Luka Doncic, I didn't really collect him, but I had a lot of his cards. Well, some of them were given to me by a friend of mine. So yeah,
Wow, what a good
yeah, yeah.
friend.
Yeah, I know. But Luka was still at that point in time, the hot player was Trey Young, not him, and the Andre Ayton. This
Yeah,
is
wow.
the newer the 2018 the start of the 2018 season. 2018-19
Hmm.
season. So he was not really that expensive. I have two autographs of Luka, both rookie cards, rookie autos.
Great.
So, and I also
Rookie
collect
autos too.
rookie
Wow,
autos.
great.
Yeah, I also collect the 75 greatest pairs of all time.
This
So
is a smart way to collect.
yeah,
It's a
I
smart way to
only
collect.
need Pete Maravich's autograph. That's what I lack. I have
Oh
every
wow.
yeah.
Then there
So
might be you've got all the rest of the 75 greatest
yeah,
autograph cards.
the 74. Yeah, but I have the
Wow.
Pete Maravich's rookie card, but it's not graded.
Yeah, that's a group. That's a beautiful card. That Pete Maravich rookie, man.
The
That's
tall boy.
great.
Yeah, the tall boy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Do you do they slab cards regularly in the Philippines? Do they send them off
Yeah.
to the States and bring them back? Is that
We
a
have a
thing?
lot of middlemen here to do that. The most popular is actually
Cool.
named his name is Alvin Chio. He's Chinese, Filipino Chinese.
Okay.
He only does PSA though, not BGS. But there are people who also are middlemen for card submitters. It's grade submitters for BGS and also SGC. Well, SGC's with PSA now, so
Cool.
so there you go.
Yeah, that's
So
right. They have changed hands.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
very interesting. I want to ask you a couple of things about collecting as well. What do you think are two things you really love about being a card collector?
meeting new friends, and actually it relaxes me whenever I look at my collection. That's why I love
Hmm.
posting over at Instagram where we actually met, right?
Hmm.
So
That's right.
I
That's right.
always try to post one card per day, and hoping that
Yeah, great. How big is your card collection? How many cards do you have?
oh no, bragging aside, it's kind of a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot actually. That's why
Yeah.
it's not even the 2,400 cards that I have posted over at or something, 2,400 cards over at Instagram. It's not even half of my what I have. I have about I think
Wow.
3,000 to 4,000 autographs. I can't really tell.
Wow, that's cool. That's really
Yeah,
cool, though. That's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah, I've been collecting since for 30 years, so, and I never used
Yeah,
to
yeah,
sell.
it's great.
The
Do
stuff
you
that I
have
sell
any
actually, yeah, the stuff that I sell, I just want
No,
to tell
no.
you, are mostly most of them are my friends' cards because I'm not I'm kind of old and I've been collecting for 30 years. That's why I'm kind of known in the Philippines a little bit.
Hmm.
So I've been
Okay.
interviewed twice by local channels here.
Okay.
So yeah, there you
So,
go. So
do you have any specific card collecting stories that you could tell us? Like any great interaction or something that you really remember as a collector?
yeah, well, pulling a lot of inserts during the 90s was one of my highlights. I was able to pull a Vince Carter Platinum Medallion from Ultra. I like opening Ultra, actually, when I
Wow.
was still opening. And I was targeting jersey cards, but they were not really, it didn't really happen to me. I was not able to pull a lot of jersey cards, but those were the stories during that time. But the most memorable for me actually was two. There are two of them that there are two memorable stories. One of them was
Hmm.
a friend of mine pulled a one of one exquisite Duncan 2009 and 10, and I bought it for $500.
Wow.
Yeah, and I still have it, and I have the rainbow
Yeah.
of that, and that's the reason why some international people know me because of Hobby Kings. If you know that forum, I was the one
Hmm.
who I got the card, and people were asking who got the one of one because it was posted on YouTube. So there you go. And the other story is the most memorable. Actually, is a friend of mine was able to get. You know what's the term bodega? When you say bodega, it's a Spanish term. I actually looked for it. There's no English word for it, but there's this place, an
Hmm.
underground thing where they store their stuff. Right. So there's a store there that there's an underground office there. They store a lot of a lot of stuff, and amongst that stuff are boxes of 95, 96, 96, 97, and 97, 98 boxes. A lot of them, maybe about 1,000 or so boxes were found there. Boxes, sealed
Wow.
boxes. Yeah, that's why.
What?
Yeah, that's why we still my friend opened a lot of them, so he was able to get them for cheap. So he opened a lot of them. We got a lot of autographics. That's why I have a lot of autographs from autographics as well,
Oh,
and also
wow.
rubies and
Wow.
grand finales and stuff. That was in 2006. It happened in 2006. That was the biggest find I've ever seen locally. So if you have the attics in the US, they have their attics in the US. We have our underground fortresses in the
That's
Philippines
unreal.
that were
And so you
untouched.
said hundreds of different boxes down there. That just seems just
Yeah, but it's 95,
crazy.
95, 96, 96, 97, and 97, 98. Those were the most popular boxes of all time because they had these
Hmm.
the numbered parallels came from those boxes. So, and also the rookie
Hmm.
cards of Kobe Bryant. At one point, we had a lot of Kobe Bryant metal cards, metal RCs. I still have a few.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
And so that's was one of the most memorable stories I've ever. I went to that bodega, to that place, but my friend was the one who
Really?
discovered it, not me. Yeah, I went to that place. It
That's
was really huge.
unreal.
Yeah, and if you think about it,
That's unreal.
if those boxes were sold today, he would have been a millionaire.
Oh.
Yeah, if you
Oh.
think about it,
Yeah.
he
Absolutely.
was just selling them for a
Unreal.
thousand, sometimes 1,000 pesos, $20 each. That was 2006. Nobody really cared about.
No.
Yeah, so I
Oh
was telling him
man.
whenever I see him, I tell him if you've sold it now, you'd have made millions.
Oh, he must hate it when you say that.
Yeah, I
He
know.
must hate it when you say that. And that's why you do it. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. So it's just, and that's the kind of thing you kind of wait for a story like that, and that has happened a couple of times. Like you look at some of these vintage pieces. Some people are finding, like you say, addict finds. That's the Filipino version. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What else do you like about being a collector? So you like making new friends. Is there anything else? And you say it relaxes you. Is there anything else that you like about being a collector?
It's actually collecting basketball cards is just not a hobby of mine. It's a passion, and to be honest, it's also it could be considered an heirloom in a way. If I don't sell my cards, my
Hmm.
kid, my baby boy, would be able to sell them in the future. So I don't think it's a waste of
Yeah.
money as long as you know how to collect. You know how to what players to
Hmm.
collect, and I don't really see it. I don't see anything negative about saying that it's an investment. So some
Hmm.
people say that it's not, but I think it is for me, especially in the Philippines. In the Philippines, a lot of the richer people do. I'm not saying that I'm rich, so what I'm trying to say is a lot of the richer folks actually collect cards. And whenever I've met a lot of people in the Philippines who are really, um, have are financially capable to buy a lot. There is if you look at Instagram, one of the best Filipino collectors are there. You could see them. MJ Collector PH, Exquisite
Okay.
Collector. These are the top honchos over at Hobby Kings, that forum. So Spinatron was
Hmm.
there. Matt Turner was there. So we knew each other from that forum. But
Really
I was a Duncan guy there because of that one of one exquisite that I was able to
awesome.
get. Yeah, over there. So there.
So, if there was anything that you could, if you had one, like a magic stick that could change the hobby, just one thing in the hobby, what would it be? What would you want to change to improve it or to make it better?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about this, but I hate Monopoly. So I don't want Panini just to create
Hmm.
Monopoly on all and everything. But apparently, we have fanatics in 2026, so we can't do anything about it. But
Hmm.
if I could have a magic wand and wish for something, I want every card company to come back. Fleer,
That's
Skybox,
right.
press pass, even scoreboard. Scoreboard was owned by Ken Golden. So I was so into scoreboard during that time, during my
Really?
younger days. Yeah, I like the NCAA stuff as well. So yeah, I want them to come back. Clear Skybox, Upper Deck, and I miss Upper Deck. Exquisite was one
Hmm.
hell of a ride. A lot of exquisite cards were pulled here, so you should watch YouTube. So you'll see what I mean. I could share a link with you.
Hmm.
But maybe,
I think I might have seen a couple of those earlier
yeah,
videos, very like
video.
'90s grainy pictures of these people just opening boxes of exquisite, just like it's a hobby box. You're like,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah,
guys doing? What are
yeah,
you? You don't even know what you have. It's unreal.
yeah.
Yeah. If you were to kind of think about some certain sets of cards, are there any particular ones that you just love more than others? I think every collector has like, I like this.
I gravitate towards jambalayas, so I like jambalayas, but I only have the
Oh, do you have any
Duncans.
jambalayas?
Duncans, only Duncans, not Jordans or so. Only
Wow.
Duncans. I have the whole, except for
Uh,
the last one, 2005. I have everything. Except for the 2005, I don't know,
Wow.
it skipped me, so I can't afford it anymore. It's so expensive.
Yeah, I was about to say because jambalayas is just way out of anybody's price range now. But like you said, you've been collecting in that time. You're going to have a few going around, and if you're collecting a player, you're going to get it.
True,
Wow.
true. Yeah, that's
Wow,
true.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So what are what are your three favorite cards in your collection? Three that you just like. I love this card and that card and this card. What
Yeah,
are they?
I could show it here, right? So
Yeah, please, please.
yeah, I'll show you the top three favorites of mine, my Duncan favorites, and
Hmm.
I'll show you the other favorites that are non-Duncan. So
Perfect,
this is the first
perfect.
one. It's can it be? Yeah, there we go. It's
Oh,
it's a tag, laundry tag numbered to 4 from Immaculate.
wow!
This is, I think it's
And it's basically a
2012.
logo man, huh?
Yeah, in a way, it's a logo man, but I don't have a logo man. So this will
Yeah.
suffice. So there's also an
Oh,
Adidas
wow.
tag. It's a laundry tag. So there you go.
So,
I got this
so it's a
for I
laundry
think
tag from what year? 2012? Did you say?
2012, 13, Immaculate. So it's
Wow,
also
that's
slammed
a
by Beckett.
beautiful card. Oh
So
man,
next
that's
one would
great.
be this one of one. I have one of ones of Duncan's, but this is one of my my favorite one of one. It's a Letterman,
Wow.
Tops Letterman from
Uh huh.
2008. Letterman Superfractor. It's a one of one. So there you go. There's
Wow.
the tag of the
That's
one.
really that one really pops on the picture, doesn't it? It really shines.
Yeah, there's a one of one. I don't know if it can be seen. There you go. That's a one of one.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah, I can see it just on the bottom there.
Yeah, and also
Perfect.
it's a Superfractor. It's also game worn. A lot of the stuff here are not game worn from Tops Letterman. This is game worn. Okay,
Wow.
it's written here.
How did you end up getting them? Did you just buy them at one of these meetups that you guys had? Did you buy it
Actually,
online? Was it
this came locally. A local person had this, and it was sold to me. And a story behind this is cool, because
okay?
my wife was telling me, "Where are we going? We're going somewhere. I'm going to get a card. How much is the card?" He was telling me. He was asking me. Maybe it's just Duncan, so it's just about maybe $50. He didn't know that it was worth 500. I got this for $500. So, but now she knows. So,
You're revealing it to her now. I'm sorry, it's a
yeah,
few dollars more than 50. Just add another zero on the end.
just another zero there. Yeah. And
But
also,
as you say, that investment angle that you were talking about before totally comes in. That's not worth $500 now. That's worth a lot more money than that,
I would
for
assume, yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And the last
easily,
one, the
easily.
last favorite of mine of Duncan is this autographics. This is the first
Oh
autograph that I got
yeah, cool,
for TD.
cool.
So yeah, I got
Yeah,
this for
when you see all the graphics, I totally know exactly what set that was.
this is 98.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. So a couple of years ago, when I was living in Istanbul, I became friends with an ex NBA player. His name was Keith Kloss, and he talked
Yeah.
about those cards in particular. He's like, I had to sign 15,000 of them in
Oh,
one sitting. So he just
one
went in
second.
there and he signed 15,000 of these autographics cards. So I
Wow.
think they might have had the print run a little bit lower than that, because obviously if there's some issues with them, but I think some of them were numbered. Is that right? So
Yeah,
they
some
might
of
have numbered
the
some of them
century
to
mark
100.
is numbered to 50. for this one. I think
50,
T
there you go.
Plus came in at 99, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
99. So I'll look for his card and I'll share it to you over at Instagram. So I think
Yeah, cool,
I have
cool.
this auto. So let's see if I have this autograph.
Yeah, so you,
I
you you picked up the Tim Duncan one from that set. Amazing.
From that set, yeah, and I've had this card since 2002, before my daughter was born. So 2002. This I bought this for just $50. This is worth about
Wow.
$1,000 right now, I think. So,
Wow. Yeah, and then you could just keep telling your wife that, oh, it's a great investment, but she doesn't understand it. It just it feeds
actually,
your hobby hunger.
actually, well, right now my wife has learned to adjust on her beliefs on cards. Because to be honest with you, I'm working with a card, well, with card companies in the US. Two of them before I
Mhm.
was working for one online, work from home. They saw my YouTube channel. That's why they got me. So he knows for
Really?
she knows, right? Yeah, but I can't tell the the company, so it's kind of a
Okay.
secret in a way. Like we have a clause on that, so I can't really say. But
Okay.
I work for one and another one now. I'm still working for them right now. So there you
That's
go.
great.
So
That's the dream, isn't it? A card
yeah,
collector. You
and
can
working
basically just live out their hobby.
for the yeah, that's a dream. Yeah, and I'm not selling cards, so I'm selling for my friends cards and just could get commission out of
Yeah.
them, 10% and something, but not really my collection. I only have a few. I only have my Luca is for sale if it goes up. Only one card, not the whole that the two autographs. I only need one
Yeah.
autograph per player. That's how I am. But with Duncan, I have about
Nice
22
one.
or 21, I think, autographs because I collect
Oh
them.
wow.
Yeah,
Well, you got to have 21 for Duncan, right?
I know. So the other three, can I show the other three
Sure, sure,
non-Duncans?
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so
Please, please.
yeah, I have four autographs of Kobe Bryant that are all close to my heart. This one,
Oh wow.
and also this one. They're all upper deck, and also the duel with Pau Gasol.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
This one, and also
Oh
his
wow. I mean, those are just like that. Those are completely out of my price range right now, man. Man, that's unreal.
because he passed away. I know.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of autographs, and a lot of autographs were circulating in the Philippines. That's why I didn't get his
Mhm.
paninis. I wanted his upper decks, so I got all of them. And if you've noticed, his autographs we are changing here. It's Kobe 8 and the longer
Yeah.
Kobe and the Kobe without the 8.
Wow.
It's a revolution of sorts. So those
Hmm.
were I
Hmm.
consider this one as one pile of number 3, my number 3 favorites,
Yeah.
and the next one would be my LeBron rookie card auto from Autofocus with the glass.
Oh wow, I've never seen that. So this is a LeBron rookie,
Yeah, it's a LeBron rookie from his
and that's on a,
2003 2004. It's signed.
and is that on an acetate?
It's in
Yeah.
on yeah, yeah. It's plastic actually, plastic acetate.
Yeah.
It's kind of
That is great.
yeah. I bought this for $500.
Wow.
Would you believe? I know, four hundred
Oh
dollars.
no.
I know it's spec.
No. How
Yeah.
much would that be worth? Oh,
Right now, I think it's about 500 to 750,000 pesos. So that's about $10,000 to $12,000. I think something like that.
wow. That's
Yeah.
really nice. So I love it on the I love the auto on the acetate. That's so cool.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
so cool.
actually I never thought that I'll be able to buy a LeBron Auto RC. So I got surprised when it was offered to me for just $400.
Yeah, wow.
So I
Yeah,
told my
well
wife,
that's
how much is
wow.
this? I told my wife, like, it's just worth $1,000, $20. It was 400.
Make sure that when it comes to the investing, make sure your wife is not the one pricing the cards.
I know.
Oh my god.
So the last one I've said to you that I have the whole 75 greatest, right? So syempre, of course,
Yeah, sure.
it's Jordan, the only Jordan
Oh
autograph that I
wow,
have.
no way.
Yeah, it's
So this
2004 and
is
2005.
wow, that's a cool one too. That's so nice.
There's a
And how
jersey
did
as
you pick
well.
this one up?
This one, no one was buying it for 25,000 pesos. That was $500, and I bought it from a reseller. So I don't know why no one was buying it. It was already graded and stuff. I bought it in I
Oh,
think 2007, 2006, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there you go. Those were
unbelievable.
my three non-Duncan favorites.
Those are incredible. Those are incredible cards. Wow. Like you said, yeah, if you had to have those guys, if you said, I've got out of the 75, I got 75, I'm just missing Pete Maravich. You have to have Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq, and all
Yeah,
the other top players too. Unreal. That's a great collection of cards. That's a great collection. Wow, that was so much fun. That's so much fun
thank
just to
you,
even see
thank you.
them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
great.
sharing it with you
Is it,
actually.
yeah, yeah. It's been a fun little chat. And is there anything that you'd like to add about being a collector, or would you want to share some of your social media, I guess,
Yeah,
pages and places
yeah,
that we can maybe hear more from you or even interact
yeah.
with you if we'd
Yeah,
like?
I do have a YouTube page. It's called Revi Mayuyu's Hobby Vlogs, and also I have a Facebook page as well. It's also called Revi Mayuyu's Hobby Vlogs. So when I say hobby, it's not just about cards, all right? So I think you
Okay.
see some of my Funko Pops and also some
I
of
can
my
see your
toys.
Funko Pops up there.
Yeah, so I collect a lot of things actually. So I also collect comic books. So but I'm more into cards. So these are just
Yeah.
stuff that I do for so that I won't be salivating too much towards cards. So I collect some stuff as well. So and also I have an Instagram. It's called Tim Duncan _21 _card collector. And also I have a podcast actually. It's called Off Centered in the Philippines, but it's not really that. I don't know how we are four in the group or three in the group, and we're trying to build a community there, but it stopped because we were too busy. My friends were busy now, so we were hoping to be able to continue it this year. So it stopped about
Hmm.
6 months ago. So we were interviewing.
Yeah, I mean, ours is just a fledgling, beginning little podcast, so we absolutely appreciate you coming on. My
Yeah,
buddy John and I started it when we were both living in Istanbul, and before I left, I'm like, look, buddy, we've got to find a way to keep in contact, and I think that it's great to just kind of find that global voice, which is why we called our little podcast "Global Card Collectors," because we
are
just kind of
there
wanted to see what people were like around the world and what
are
they
there
do
people who
as
collect in
hobbyists, you know.
Istanbul? Are there people who collect there?
There's a growing
Community.
community of Istanbul
Wow.
card collectors.
Wow.
I would say that they collect more soccer cards. They're more into football over there, of
Mhm,
course.
mhm, mhm,
So they're
mhm.
collecting soccer cards. They have a Turkish card company that produces locally, and they produce all of the
Oh,
Turkish league cards, and they're really nice quality ones. Like the
okay.
the, the print quality is good. They do a lot of jersey autos, but they're not like the Americans where they're like doesn't belong to any team or player. They take them off the players and cut them up and put them into the
Okay.
cards. They're really good quality stuff. So
Actually,
so that
we have
I
we
think that community is right.
I have a company as well called it's called Off Centered that we also produce local cards for players. But we are just starting, so we were able to produce one for a
Hmm.
volleyball. Volleyball is huge in the Philippines for women's volleyball. We have a
Oh
league
wow.
here. It's kind of huge, and the goat, the greatest of all time, considered as the greatest of all time for that sport in the Philippines. We were able to do cards for her. It's gonna be released on next month
Oh,
on
wow.
May.
Smart.
Yeah,
That's
so we
cool.
it's a boxed set, and we were the ones who collated them. So I have experience now in in manufacturing cards in a way. But I was
Oh
into more
wow.
into yeah.
Um,
So
it,
it's here actually. The
have
prototypes
you ever
here.
thought about
Maybe show it to you.
for Filipino athletes? Have you ever thought about either collecting or getting in touch with Manny, like Manny
Manny
Pacquiao, and
Pacquiao?
seeing if
Yeah,
he would?
actually, we
Mhm.
are. I'm thinking of doing that. I know of someone who knows it, or Manny Pacquiao. I think he's his neighbor. So let's see if I could actually
It
talk
just
to.
feels strange to say, oh, just I know Manny. It's like what?
Because his man
Like
is
he's
just all over
considered
in the
by many
Philippines.
to be the greatest. Like he's
Oh, really?
considered by many to be the greatest boxer
It
of
is.
all time. So even again, just finding some of his old boxing kit. Oh, let's put a patch, turn that into a patch, and get him to sign. It'd be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
amazing.
It would be amazing. Yeah,
Because
that's
I
why
feel
I'm
like
thinking.
boxing in particular is like underrepresented. And to get something from Manny was amazing as a boxer, man.
Yeah, I know.
He definitely,
There's
I
no
think,
really,
as
there are
well, for
no
the Filipino
really cards.
community,
Yeah,
they love him.
yeah, I know. It's he's
No, no,
very
not
huge here.
really, not big.
Oh, really? Okay,
Hmm.
okay. Because there are no card companies who really are into boxing, right? It's just
That's
cards.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be cool.
It's
Well, if you end up doing that with Manny, you got to let me know because I'd love to get myself a Manny Pacquiao card. I
stuff.
have a
Yeah,
Mike Tyson one. I got a Mike Tyson order because obviously with Leaf,
with
he
Greek. Yeah,
signed a
yeah,
whole bunch
yeah,
of stuff. So I have a Mike Tyson order, and so a Manny Pacquiao order would be just great.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know, I know. I have his autograph actually over at a Time
cool.
magazine, but not on a card form. A lot of collectors actually collect
That's
boxing as well here, but not that it's not that huge. But they collect a lot of Manny Pacquiao stuff because you could
that's right.
actually ask
That makes
Manny
sense.
Pacquiao just to sign. He signs really graciously. He's a very nice person if you
Wow,
meet him.
wow.
Yeah, you could go to the Senate and just ask him to sign, but not all the time because he will tell you you're just selling my autographs. He'll tell you. So yeah, that's it.
That's great. Well, awesome. I had a really great time chatting with you, and that card collection is incredible. I'll
Thank
have to
you.
get you to send me the photos of them just so that I can see them up close again because they were great.
Sure, sure. I'll do that. I'll do that for you.
Hmm.
And I'll also look
Perfect.
for a
Perfect.
Keith Claus stuff that you could uh, send it to Keith Claus that someone collected you.
Yeah, for
You were still
sure.
in the
For
NBA.
sure. Perfect. All right, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Will. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
All right. See ya.
Thank you. Yeah.